Good evening, everyone. This is Brandon with Archie Cinema doing my next video here. On December 6th, I was able to go out to my local theater and watch the brand new 4K restoration of Edward Yang's 2000 landmark film, Yeehee. Absolutely amazing film, and it's right on time because on January the 13th of 2026, Criterion is going to be releasing the 4K of that film, and I think it kind of goes hand in hand. A lot of these film companies are putting out the restorations of this film and a lot of other films that have restorations to give people like a taste before the physical copies come out. So I'm going to be going through how this film looks, the plot of this film, and definitely see if there's something that might be down your alley right after this. All right, Yeehee, written and directed by the late, great Mr. Edward Yang, starring Wu Ni Jin and Elaine Jin. This is the first time I've ever seen this film, which is bad. Why do you say that? Because I've had this Blu Ray for years. I never got around to seeing it. This was actually on Restore Digital Transfer. It is the first Edward Yang movie I've ever watched, but I never got around to watching this. I also have A Brighter Summer Day. I haven't watched this either, so I got to get around to it. Hey, my Criterion back catalog is crazy. But well, we'll say this. I am going to be giving away some of the plot of the movie. I don't want to, not really spoil, it's just the basic plot. So if you're wary of that and just don't want to go to this movie with a clean slate, definitely check it out and come back. First and foremost, I definitely want to talk about the visuals. The 4K restoration is absolutely incredible. This movie takes place in Taiwan. So you see the different landscapes of the apartment that the family lives in, long distance as well as shorts. You see the city at night. So the visuals are absolutely beautiful. You see some of the countryside and things like that. So the visuals are absolutely incredible. But this movie is about the Yang family. It's 1 year in their lives. There's a father by the name of NJ, mother by the name of Min Min, daughter Ting Ting, and son Yang Yang. So starting off in the movie, there's a wedding. Min Min's brother is getting married. While the wedding is taking place, there's some things that go on. Just to say that NJ actually bumps into his ex-girlfriend. They haven't seen each other since NJ actually abruptly left her before he was married. So that plays a little bit part later on, like I said, without giving any spoilers. A little bit after the wedding, the mother, Min Min's mother, the kid's grandmother, has a stroke. And it's just all of a sudden, and now, they have to deal with that. She's in like a comatose state and they have to go on with their lives and, and still try to aid her the best she can. So that's basically the plot of the movie. And that's the backdrop of the movie. Min Min's mother, who lives with her, has this stroke and she's in a comatose state. So everybody's got to go on with their lives, meanwhile, dealing with this because there's nothing they can do. The doctors tell them, she tried to talk to her to get her to communicate the best you can until she comes to. Until then, this the state that she's in, there's nothing we can do. So everybody has their way of coping with this meanwhile dealing with their regular lives. Min Min, she goes on a Buddhist retreat. That's how she's kind of dealing with things. Ting Ting, the daughter, she's kind of shy, a little bit reserved. She meets a friend named Lily, and Lily has a boyfriend, and they break up. So now Ting Ting is in the middle, passing notes back and forth because they don't want to speak to each other. Her boyfriend's like, I'm not sure if I'm ready to speak to her yet. So she's in the middle of that. And when that happens, a little bit later, her friend's boyfriend starts liking Ting Ting. So they start going out and she gets entangled in that. So she becomes depressed with that. And she kind of clings a little bit more to the grandmother. She tries more and more to spend time with her grandmother while she's in a comatose state, trying to speak to her more to make her talk. So she's dealing with that. Yang Yang, the youngest kid, he kind of realizes that he doesn't seem to really connect to his grandmother like that verbally. So he takes pictures all the time, takes pictures of school, everything like that. So that's how he feels like he can communicate with his grandmother doing that. And the regular things that, elementary kind of kids go through. He's being bullied at school, getting into mischievous things, those things happen. NJ, the father, he's going through a couple things where he kind of throws himself into his work. That's kind of how he keeps the ball rolling to where the company's losing money and they're trying to take on a new client. His colleagues want him to take a client out, in the business sense, kind of, hey man, wine him and dine him, show him a good time. So he'll be a part of our company. So he does that, throws himself into that. NJ's not really into that. He's more of a, go to work and do my job and go home. So now he's got to try to do these extra things that's kind of out of his element to keep the company going. Meanwhile, there's some past issues that he has to deal with, past kind of heartbreak that he has to deal with to move forward. So Edward Yang does a brilliant job of having everybody's stories separate, but making them combined. So that's really the plot of the story, and Edward Yang does a brilliant job. This is a fantastic movie. All right, so that's a short review of Yeehee. Fantastic film. I'm so glad I was able to watch it. I'm definitely going to be replacing my old Blu Ray. Definitely going to be picking it up when it drops on the Criterion 4K. I'll probably wait until the flash sale to get it, but I'm still going to get it. For those of you that have seen any other Edward Yang films other than The Bride of Summer Day, I had to get around to it. Definitely, if you all can recommend any other Edward Yang movies that I need to check out, definitely put that down in the comments. And also, if this film happens to be coming to your area on 4K, I definitely recommend you all go and check it out. Even though it's coming to 4K, and those of you that are fans are probably going to buy that. It's just a different experience watching the cinematography on the big screen. This is a whole different experience. So I recommend, if it comes to your area, definitely check it out. Also, what do you feel about Yeehee? Do you like it? Do you not? Definitely leave your comments at the bottom. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, adios.